Fox News alert, wheels up. Air Force One's on the way to Beijing. The commander-in-chief preparing for a high-stakes meeting with Xi Jinping. China's already rolling out the red carpet because the president's bringing the dream team, Rubio, Hegseth, and Scotty B. Rubio's been banned and sanctioned by the Chinese for 6 years, and they just lifted it. He's clear. And the president's bringing the best and brightest, 16 CEOs, including from Apple, Boeing, Goldman, and Visa, all flying west. Even Elon's making the trip. Should be just like the good old times. POTUS says we make a lot of money with China and is using the trip as a big business opportunity. But the two will have a lot to talk about. AI, Taiwan, and obviously Iran.
We're going to have a long talk about it. I think he's been relatively good, to be honest with you. You look at the blockade, no problem. They get a lot of their oil from that area. We've had no problem, and he's been a friend of mine. He's been somebody that we get along with. And I think we're going to see that good things are going to happen. This is going to be a very exciting trip. A lot of good things are going to happen.
Beijing's economy is showing some cracks, and without their top two oil proxies, Iran and Venezuela, the Chinese are getting a little desperate. And they may even offer us a little help with the gay Ayatollah. But President Trump says, don't bother.
I think it does. No, I don't think we need any help with Iran. We'll win it one way or the other. We'll win it peacefully or otherwise.
The generals prefer otherwise. They're saying the Iranians just drove past a major off-ramp. We could be on the road to more war. NBC reporting that the president already has a name if he restarts bombing again. Operation Sledgehammer. Time's running out for peace.
It's very simple. Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. They will not have a nuclear weapon. They know that. They've agreed to that. And then that's not what they said to me when it came to pay. We don't play games. They're not going to have a nuclear weapon.
The president called Iran's latest proposal unacceptable. And now the ceasefire is on life support. 47 might have to break the negotiation stalemate.
According to regional sources that I talked to this morning, the domestic pressure on the regime is increasing each and every day, and they view this broadly as something called death by 1,000 cuts. They believe that President Trump has a variety of options on the table moving forward that could damage the Iranian regime further on a military level that would make it even more difficult for those in Tehran to rebuild after the war.
Reports say the president's considering a resumption of major combat operations. The Pentagon says they are locked and loaded.
We have a plan to escalate if necessary. We have a plan to retrograde if necessary. We have a plan to shift assets. Certainly in this setting, we wouldn't reveal what the next step may be, considering the gravity of the mission that the president is undertaking to ensure that Iran never has a nuclear bomb.
On the menu, a special ops mission to snatch Iran's uranium. In the last 48 hours, both Trump and the Israelis have toyed around with the idea.
How do you envision the highly enriched uranium will be removed from Iran?
You go in and you take it out.
With what? Special forces from Israel, special forces from the United States?
Well, I'm not going to talk about military means, but what President Trump has said to me, I want to go in there.
The Pentagon just revealed the location of a top-secret submarine capable of launching nuclear missiles. The Ohio-class sub's docked in Gibraltar, and its Trident II ballistic missiles can hit targets over 4,500 miles away. The Pentagon never discloses the locations of their nuclear subs, and they just did, just hours after the Iranians sent us that crummy proposal. On the ground, the military's training robo-dune buggies with mounted machine guns. It's next-gen stuff. They were just seen in Morocco, similar terrain to Iran. And we're also going to start arming Apache helicopters with their own drones. Look at that. Also in the skies, our B-1 bombers are conducting training missions. And here are the Super Hornets and Growlers launching from the USS Lincoln. General Keane says we might have to pull the trigger.
We know the regime is likely going to survive even if we return to combat operations, but we would want it to be so weakened that it's vulnerable to collapse. I think we've given negotiations truly a test of time to see if it would work, and it's not going to work. And my judgment is the best thing to do is go back and finish what we started.
The UAE's jumping in, too. Reports say they've been carrying out secret strikes on Iran. They hit an oil refinery last month, And Reuters is reporting that the Saudis got off the sidelines. In retaliation to Iranian aggression, the kingdom launched missiles inside the mainland. You know it's bad when the Jews and Arabs are on the same page. The Iranians still talking a big game, though. The parliament speaker says this: our armed forces are ready to deliver a well-deserved response. Mistaken decisions will always lead to mistaken results. The Iranians still haven't even broken through our wall of steel. The embargo's already turned around 65 ships. And economic fury is squeezing the IRGC's oil pipeline to the Chinese. Bessent just slapped on more sanctions. Raising Cane says the Iranians are feeling it.
They are absolutely feeling that pressure, not just from the blockade, as the Secretary talked about, but the continuation of sanctions that Treasury and others have put on there, and we retain a range of military options.
The Democrats, though, they say we're losing.
You've achieved a series of tactical successes, but are on the verge of a strategic loss, because we are now negotiating.
I just think it's so foolish. Here we are in a committee in the United States Senate, 74 days in, and you're talking about strategic loss. We have the ability to defeat a 47-year threat of a pursuit of a nuclear weapon. We have more leverage than we've ever had. We've had incredible battlefield successes, and you're talking about a strategic loss?
Democrats, like the Iranians, are begging for a stalemate. And the media, well, they just can't keep up.
Mr. President, you promised to bring inflation down. It's now at its highest level in 3 years. Are your policies not working?
No,
What's
my
happening?
policies are working incredibly. If you go back to just before the war, for the last 3 months, inflation was at 1.7%. Now, we had a choice. Let these lunatics have a nuclear weapon. If you want to do that, then you're a stupid person, and you happen to be. I mean, I know you very well.
The markets are stomaching all of this. The Dow is up today. Wages are up even after that hot inflation report because Iran closed the strait. But the price of crude is still down from 2 weeks ago, and the president says this all ends soon, and it only ends in one way.
We're either going to make a deal or they're going to be decimated. So one way or the other, we win.
The president's heading into China in high spirits. Next 48 hours will be huge. The United States is prepared for anything. We've been wargaming with all our Pacific allies all spring and just announced Space Force, alongside America's space allies, just completed a joint plan for conducting orbital warfare by the end of the year. And we're selling Taiwan $25 billion in weapons in case the Chinese get frisky. We're going to turn that little island into a little porcupine. Whatever happens, we're dressed for success. Rubio slipped into a Nike sweatsuit on Air Force One. It's the same outfit that Maduro rocked when we nabbed him. Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.